I want to show you how to divide the dough. So we can divide it and shape it into baguette, little rolls and little loaf as well. So our dough has been rested now for about 2 hours. So you can see it's just nice and plump in here. We want to keep our top and our bottom. I'm going to show you how to do this. So I'm going to put a bit of flour on the table, very lightly. Then with my scraper, I'm just going to release the top in here. Turn the dough over. So my sticky side now is on top and my top is underneath. Place the dough like that on the front of me and do kind of gentle frame around it. Dry my hand on the table and then tap it gently in there. Now I'm going to fold the dough towards me first. My sticky side is there, that's a non-stick side in here. And this goes over the top. So your non-stick side is everywhere. And when I started in the bakery at the age of 14, my boss in the morning used to give me exactly that piece of dough, a bit bigger, and put it in my fingers. And I was so scared of the dough to start, I squeeze it and I make it sticky. But what I realized, he never gave me sticky dough. He gave me a piece of dough which didn't stick, but I made it sticky. And he used to say in French, il faut maîtriser la pâte, which translates as show the dough's boss. If you're scared of the dough, you got no chance. So master that first, make sure it doesn't stick to you, and then you'll be fine. And that's a good part of learning not to fear the dough. So my seam is here, my top is here, and I turn the dough like so. So my non-stick side is everywhere. Now to divide the dough, if you make some rolls, cut the dough in half this way, or baguette. So I'm cutting the dough like that, and your sticky side you can see now, it's in here. Seal it with your finger as you go along. It's done. Your sticky side or your seam is here, so before you do anything, seal it again. So your dough doesn't stick. And for some baguette, you need about 200 grams of dough in the length like that. And for the rolls, you probably need a bit smaller, 100 grams of your dough. If you want to make a loaf in a tin, then you need about, again, we're getting some small tin or larger tin. 100 grams is good for the tiny tin, but you need about 450 grams of dough for a larger tin. So I just square it up a little bit like so. Now I'm going to show you to roll, some little roll. So there's a couple of ways of doing it. You can start with the dough, your top being in here, and start turning it upside down so your bottom is there. Use your thumb and fold the dough towards you over your thumb and go around each little corners like so. Turn the dough over. You can do this, or with your hand, just pinch it underneath and let it roll like so. This in here, what I'm doing there, is what we call this the key, la clé in French. You lock everything in, and that gives you strength, nice and strong. Bit of flour on the top if you want to, and then you got little bowl shape. One more time. Top, upside down, fold 4 or 5 times, turn over, together, and seal all the edge together. It's the same for a small tin. You can have your dough there, or two at the same time. You can just roll it like so. So what's happened when you roll on the table, you don't want any flour. You want the dough to stick a little bit. So what's happened is, your top being here, you want the dough to go inside itself and getting stronger and stronger It's a bit like your hand getting strong like so. So your top is nice and strong in here, you see that? And you finish it off just by rolling, all like that. So your top never moves, your top is the same all the way through. Don't roll the dough with your hand like that. Just like a pressure board, make it stronger. If you overdo it, the dough will rip and get very sticky again. Top. To shape a large loaf for a tin like so, for this size tin you need about 450 grams of dough, which is this amount in here. Again, my top is in here. There's plenty of flour, don't need to add any more. Press down, turn the dough over. So your top is under, your bottom is there. Travel, which means move the dough on the table. Press it down, one corner, two corners, 3 and 4. The easiest way to do it, put your hand like that, bring one corner to the center, the other one over the top, and form a spine on the middle. So you press in the center in here, in a straight line. And travel again, bring the top into the center and gentle press in the spine in here. So your top starts to form in here. Put your thumb there, turn the dough around again. Always try to work with the dough towards you. Fold over the spine again. And one more time, and seal the two edges together under. So you get a nice strong loaf in here. You can add a bit of flour again for the top. Your spine is here, your top is here. Put the spine down in the tin. Next, I want to show you how to shape a baguette. So flour your surface a tiny bit in here. Take your dough, your top again is on the top in here. What I want to do is press it down. So think of a baguette, its length. Is your dough there. Turn the dough over. So your top is under and your bottom is up. Make a spine on the middle. Then with your left hand in here, your thumb is your guide. You're going to fold with your left hand and seal with your right hand. So I'll do it slowly there. All my fingers are working there and bring the dough together in your spine in the middle. That starts to get stronger. Lift, travel and turn around. Start again from that side. Form the spine into the center. Make it strong. Lift, and one more time into the center, and seal the two edges together. So my thumb goes back in here, but this time I seal everything in. As the dough sticks a bit to the table, you can pull it and stretch it. The final touch, hands in here and press hard to get your pointy bit for your baguette. In here you get your spine nice and clean, your top in here. Goes into a couche. So when you make baguette, it's about practice. You've got to do 8, 9 baguettes to learn. You don't learn by making just one. So I do one full speed now. Spine and top.